It would not be an Aston Villa transfer window if we weren't linked back to Jack Grealish, but this time it seems legitimate. Click that follow button to stay updated every single day of the transfer window. But let's get into it. You heard that right. Aston Villa being linked back to Jack Grealish. There are a couple of clubs interested. However, the likelihood is he goes back to Aston Villa, his boyhood club. This would be on a loan. As to be honest, I personally wouldn't even want to risk it. After the way he behaved at Villa Park this season, I'm not really too keen on it. But if it happens, it happens. It's kind of nostalgic, but not too fast. Also, Aston Villa very, very keen to keep Morgan Rogers. The price in talk would be 100 million. Chelsea and Arsenal both interested. However, a deal seems to be unlikely as Villa are dying to keep him. Also, I'm seeing this Ferran Torres news again. Monchi literally came out in an interview a couple of days ago and said we're not interested in him. He's not our type of player. Yet leaks like this still come out and people are confident in it. I personally don't see it happening. You don't come out and say you don't want someone then want them. I'm not going to pay any attention to that. Also, Atletico Madrid interested in Emi Martinez. However, they need to sell their keeper first before this happens. No current deal or talks have been going on. Obviously, there's that PSR deadline on the 30th of June, so we need to see what happens. Illing Jr., yes, he went on loan to Bologna, but he will be talking to Aston Villa soon. Needs to figure out if he's going to be playing for Aston Villa again, needs to talk about game time, and if not, where's he going to go? Villa interested in Gatti, 3 million a year is what he wants. Juventus do not want to pay that, so I'm not too sure why Aston Villa are showing interest in him, because we've got a wage problem ourselves. And this is coming from Jacob Tanzel. Aston Villa want to expand in the wider areas and get a striker to compete with Ollie Watkins. Last time we had a striker competing with Ollie Watkins, it didn't end too well. Also, Villa showing interest in Stokes midfielder Sidibe, under 18 England international. Definitely going to be one for the future. However, this does make sense because Villa want to keep recruiting this amazing young talent. Aston Villa will be competing with Galatasaray and Napoli for the Real Madrid keeper. Lunin will cost around 20 million euros. And then lastly, Luca Dean. Not really too sure what's going to happen with him, but Aston Villa have been delaying discussions to see what European football they got. If he's going to be featured in that World Club squad, then he's going to want to play games. Not too sure what's going to happen with him. Obviously got Maatsen and we are looking at other left backs. Comment down below what you think of these transfers. Do you want Jackie Grealish back at Villa? And like I said, click that follow button. I'll see you in tomorrow's video.